3, 2, 1. Let's go! What up, Watabu family? I'm so freaking grateful. Friday night focus call. Oh, man, you can't top this call. You cannot beat this call. The champions, the warriors, the grinders, all of you guys are on here, and you're ready for some value, okay? We got this whole Super Bowl thing on Sunday, and so people are already pre-gaming for that, which I really don't understand why you have to pre-game 2 days before a bunch of people go play a sport that most of you guys don't like. Nobody likes the Patriots. I don't care what you say, because we already know Tom Brady's going to win. And the Atlanta Falcons, they're okay. They're nice, but, I mean, let's be honest. They're going to win. And so I'm excited for this call. Big time, guys. A couple quick announcements. Number one, Michigan Regional. If you're on here right now, you're committed. You are committed. It's Friday night. It's 10 p.m. You're committed. But how committed are you really? How committed are you really to the game? To coming up to Sterling Heights, April 9th, $50 or scoop a 5-pack and be a real champion. You can even get a free ticket. You can get a free ticket and you get free lunch. We all know I love food. That's a big deal. Food will be there and it's going to be phenomenal for your souls. All right. And so guys, just a couple quick things that I want to throw out there with you guys. Okay. In mastering influence and being able to have a Friday night focus call. It is called Friday Night Focus. We specifically spent, I think, days masterminding on what the name of this call was going to be. It wasn't we just threw something together for you guys and it kind of stuck. We spent a lot of energy deciding what this was going to be, and it's focus. So you guys are already on here. You already got your blue pens, the Pilot G2s. You already got a notebook. We already got Valor fired up, ready to go. He's yelled at his internet guy 17 times this week to deliver this call in Wednesday's call just for you, okay? For you. He didn't yell for him, okay? He knows what he's saying is good stuff. He yelled for you so you could get this content, guys. All right? So get fired up. Get focused. We have an amazing guest that's going to be coming on here later that you're going to hear from. But real quick, this guy that you're about to hear from, I need you guys to really listen to this because I know some of you guys have heard him being intro and you've heard him speak before and all this type of stuff. But I need you to actually marinate on what's going on right now, on the person you're about to listen to. Number one, this person has an unbelievable personal development content, right, that he has shortened up into this thing called the foundation. If you are on here yet and you have not gone out there and looked into what is on there, that's the first thing you need to do directly after this call, after you get Mission Regal. I guess second thing, but just do both of them synonymously. Okay, get 2 computers, get a phone, you got this thing going. Scoop that foundation. It will change your life. It will raise your essence. It will raise you'll be able to articulate everything that's right here. It's so freaking cool what he has done with the foundation. Number two, this kid has gone out there and gone from the lowest of low. I don't know where your story started at, but the lowest of low. He will be able to connect with you on some type of level, but right now he is on a whole nother level, like 7, 8, 9, 10. Why? Because he dedicated 14 to 16 hours a day to growing himself, but not to grow himself to be awesome, not to grow himself to say cool words, not to grow himself to go out there and impress other people. He grew himself to make an impact on this earth. And he realized that that is the most selfless thing to possibly do, to grow yourself, because the more that you grow yourself, the more you can grow other people, the more you can impact this earth, the bigger the legacy you can give, the more people you help. And guess what? Living a life we're talking about is pretty freaking easy when you're awesome. When you read books, when you help other people, when you build income modules. Guys, this is a vehicle for success. And we're in a damn Lamborghini right now. We take a 40, 50-year plan and we squeeze it in 3 to 5 years. And you're going to hear from a guy who has done that, who has the results that you want, who's made over $250,000 a year running a traditional business, who has made over $40,000 in one check in this industry, and someone who loves this company, who loves this business model, who loves you individually as a person so freaking much. So, with that being said, Mr. Michael Valor, did you make it on the call, my man?
What's up, guys? Michael Valor here. How's everybody doing? Hopefully fantastic, dude. It's Friday night, you know what I'm saying? We're feeling good. I am hot and heavy over here, dude. I really do. I love this call. I love this call. And I don't just say that, because here's the deal. Like, in the field that I'm in, like, I have to talk a lot. Like, it's just talks. It's never ending. Okay, imagine this. Imagine everywhere you go, someone's like, can you talk right now? And it's like, I guess I've got to do that. I can't say no, you know what I mean? So everywhere I go, I'm never listening. I'm never getting to listen anymore. I used to listen all the time. I listened for like 5 years straight. No one ever was like, Mike, talk. It was like, listen. And now it's like every time I walk in the room, it's like, please talk. Please start talking. So I'm wearing one of my favorite jackets, by the way, just to like precursor this entire thing. It's the United States President's jacket, just so you know. It's like an exact replica. Just saying, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be something, you got to dress like it. You know what I mean? So I feel pretty cool wearing this jacket. All right, so let's get into it, dude. I did my live this week, and I don't know if everybody follows me on Facebook, but I did my live this week, and we talked about like the levels of success. And really, I want to I want to go in depth on that real quick. And the reason why I want to do that is because here's the deal. Raise your hand if you know the law of eventual certainty. Raise your hand if you know that law. Okay, I see a couple people who don't, all right? So basically what the law of eventual certainty is, in its simplest form, if I had to break it down and like really compress it into something that you can understand, it's like, do you ride a bike? And it's like, yeah, most people can ride a bike. You know what I mean? I ride a bike. Could you always ride a bike? No. The answer is no. You didn't come out of the womb on a unicycle. You know what I mean? Like you learned eventually how to ride a bike. The more you got on it, the more you rode it, the more it made sense to you how to do it, correct? And the thing is, it's like, that sounds real simple. And you're like, okay, yeah, like I learned how to ride a bike better. If you just understand that particular concept, you would never give up on your dream ever again. Let me like add the silence in there on purpose so that you understand what I just said, that if you understand that concept, you never give up on your dream ever again. It's eventually certain, guaranteed that if you keep doing something long enough, you're going to get good at it. If you make sandwiches for the rest of your life, you're going to get good at it. If you tie shoes for the rest of your life, you're going to get good at it. If you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, you're going to get good at it. You see what I'm saying? If you do this business, you're going to get good at it. So it's like, just pick one thing you want to get good at and just stick with it, right? So that's the law of eventual certainty, okay? So then I want to take it to another level. I want to expound upon that, okay? Cool? So it's like, we got that. Then the next thing is, okay, we're moving towards a destination, all right? We've defined our desires. By the way, if you're on this call for the first time and you haven't defined your desires, that's the number one thing I would suggest you doing. Number one, define your desires. Figure out what you want. What do you want people to see you as, okay? Define your desired person. Define your desired income. You know what I'm saying? What is the level of income that you want on a typical basis? Define where you want to live. Define what you want to feel, right? And then start gunning for that. You know, if you don't have a goal, you're not going to hit anything. You need to make sure that you've got something set out so you can at least look at it and knock it out. You know what I mean? All right, so there's that. Define that desire, okay? That's already done. And now you're moving towards it with eventual certainty. Now we've got to dictate the speed, okay? Right? I'm taking success down to the simplest level for you, to where it's like, success is just, it's literally a sound. When you look at it at the fact of, if I pick my destination and I continually move forward to it, I'm eventually going to get there. Okay. So that's guaranteed. Now all that's the difference is how fast I'm going to get there. See what I'm saying? So then people invest in a bunch of programs, they get on these seminars, they read books, and that increases how fast they're going to get to their success. Okay, cool. And a lot of people in this world today, I don't know if you've really taken a look. I suggest it's an eye-opening experience, sitting outside of your local Walmart for 10 to 15 minutes and watching the people that walk out. Seriously, watch them. Just look at them for a little while. And it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. These people, like a lot of them, dude, I saw somebody okay, this might not sound crazy to you, but I want you to really understand what I'm about to say here. I saw somebody in the peanut butter section, okay? Peanut butter section. They're pushing the cart like this. Slow, real slow, looking straight, slow. Dude, I really want to get down how slow this person was pushing this cart, okay? Like this. All right? So they're pushing the cart that slow, okay? And then they pick up a jar of peanut butter. They pick it up. Now it's like, okay, if they need peanut butter, this person's like 40 years old. They've been buying peanut butter for a long time. This is not a first-time peanut butter shopper. You know what I'm saying? So they pick it up, and they're looking at this peanut butter. And I swear to God, this girl looked at it for like 30 seconds. She was looking at it like this. I want you to realize how long 30 seconds is. It's about to get awkward on here. I'm going to let it get silent to show you how long 30 seconds of peanut butter watching is. Now, that was 10 seconds. That was 10 seconds. I'm talking 3 times that amount of time. 3 times for peanut butter. These people don't have energy. They have no energy. She's got nothing else to do today. You ask that woman, what did you do today? She's like, I went grocery shopping. You see what I'm saying? And for a soldier of success, I don't know if you follow me, if it's the first time you've ever seen me, but for a soldier of success, we do a million things in a day. A million things in a day. We read books every day. We listen to audio every day. We grow every day. We say affirmations every day. We stay on our goals every single day. You see what I'm saying? We inspire people. We make them happier every day. every day. It's not one day that goes by without that happening. And then it's like when you use, and I talked about this concept before, but I think that it makes sense if you say it again, repetition is the mother of all knowledge. If you use your energy, and you keep being happy and you keep using that energy muscle and you flex that muscle, what's going to happen? It's going to get stronger. It's just going to get stronger. If you use the energy muscle, it's going to get stronger. If you lift weights, it's going to get stronger. If you don't lift weights, what's going to happen? You're going to get super weak. You see what I'm saying? Like that's just how it works. And people are like, if I use my energy, then I will then have less energy. And I'm like, no. You don't even understand the initial concept. If you use things, they grow. That's it. If you use your confidence, it'll grow. Even if you have a little amount of confidence right now in calling somebody and you use that confidence, what's going to happen? The next call, you're going to be like, okay, it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. Now, keep this in mind. So in my journey, like in my time, I ran a traditional business and it was all about sales. It was advertising sales, okay? It was the first thing I ever did. We interviewed 150 kids from high schools, okay? Keep in mind, I'm 18 at the time. Interviewed 150 kids from high schools and trained them on how to sell advertising to local businesses for $5,000. They were selling $5,000 packages out of a newspaper, and they were 16 years old. Okay? Not easy. It's not easy. I want you to understand that is not like an awesome travel portal that's like an elite club of millennials that are hanging out. This is a little box on a newspaper for 5 G's. It's no joke. Okay? So I've got these kids, and I've done a ton of sales training, dude. I've done sales training out the wazoo. And it's crazy because, like, the first time that kid picks up a phone, you should see his hand shake. It's shaking faster than a bop it on that one, like, little shake part of the bop it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this thing is going, dude. He doesn't know what to say. And that's fine. That's fine. They look at me, and they're like, I am so sorry that happened. I'm like, why are you sorry? He's like, well, I mean, I think you expected better. I'm like, no, I didn't. This is your first call. This is your first business. This is your first time at this thing. You know what I'm saying? Play a long-term game here. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to be a millionaire in the next 3 years. That's fine. You see what I'm saying? Don't try to be a millionaire tomorrow, right? Play a game where you're like getting smart about what are the steps to take to get to where I got to go. And that's the thing. So people do these like success talks, and dude, I study the industry because it's my competition. You know what I mean? I got signed by a talent agency. The last person they worked on was Grant Cardone. I don't know if you know who that is, but they built him from $40,000 to $1.8 million, and now they're working on the Michael Valor account solely. Okay, we haven't even launched our commercials yet, so I've been doing a ton of commercials for that. You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm at a point where I'm about to break through to the level of like a Grant Cardone, Gary Vee kind of person. You see what I'm saying, right? And why I'm saying that to you guys right now is because this is there's a reason why I'm on this call. You know what I mean? It's not to waste my time. It's because I know that this business opportunity is the best thing that you can choose as a millennial, as a vehicle to learn entrepreneurship, to get the training wheels, to build a residual income and have it going for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the smartest thing in the marketplace right now. And I'm just letting you know that from me. I get no financial obligation to say that. It's just, I'm telling you from me to you what I would do. Now, here's the thing. You got to release some expectation on this. People are so worried. Like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make 50 calls, and I guarantee that 25 people are going to get in my business. That's not the case. First of all, don't expect that, dude. Don't expect that. You know how many – the point is of my training, my sales stuff, the point is I trained 25 kids, 50 kids, 175 kids, 250 kids, till I found kids that were actually good at sales. You know how many kids quit a sales job? Super easy, especially when it's not their own business like this is, where they spend money on it. It's just a sales job. How easy it is to just be like, no, I can't do this anymore. Even after the first call. You see what I'm saying? Right? It's about that consistency, dude. Consistency. Because guess what? There's a kid from my first meeting ever, when I was 17 years old. Okay, that is now the VP of my company. You see what I'm saying? This kid makes $70,000 a year at the age of 21, and he was making nothing when we started off. He was so scared to walk inside Domino's. I'm talking like he was shivering. You know what I mean? Like, not trying to do it. Okay. Now, the difference between my mentality off the bat and maybe some of yours and a newbie and a new person is that we've got an immense amount of desire. You've got a nasty amount of desire. You got a nasty amount of desire. It's so much so that it's like, dude, it doesn't matter if I don't feel like doing this call, or if I feel like I might look stupid, or I feel like I might not make it. You know what I mean? I just got to make it. That's it. You know what I mean? And I think it's a necessity, to be honest with you. And if you want me to be real, I just really do think it's a necessity. It's like, if you're going to try to achieve success, you've got to have a certain level of desire. And I think the level of desire is going to dictate the level of speed in which you achieve success. I think success is guaranteed as long as you're working for it. But I also think that the speed is going to be dictated by how much you want it to go fast. And I'm not talking about that surface level stuff where it's just like, yeah, I want the car, I want the house, I want the whatever it may be. I'm talking about really, if I told you your dream is right outside that door, but you got to perform the best performance of your life right there, would you go do it? You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people who would like get shake and shiver and get worried about that. Okay. Like I talked to one of my like, and these are like champions, dude. These are like high level entrepreneurs, dude. And they're like, dude, I want to be a millionaire. And I put them in front of someone who can make them a millionaire. I'm like, dude, if you close this deal, you're talking about at least 200,000 residual a year. And you're what, 20 years old. Okay. Literally in my company, that happens. Okay. And he's like, well, I mean, just give it to someone else. And I'm like, what do you mean give it to someone else? You just told me you want to be a millionaire last week. And he's like, well, but honestly, Mike, I'm scared, right? That fear is going to be the difference between you and your dream. The fear, you're going to let fear, like some cheap, petty thing that they put on the cinema. You know what I'm saying? You go to the movies and they jump scare you. You're going to let that little emotion be the thing that's standing between you and your dream. Come on, where's your desire at? How bad do you want this thing? You see what I'm saying? When I defined my initial desire and I said that I wanted to be president of the United States, that's a really big thing. You see what I'm saying? It's a really big thing to want. You don't just get to throw that around and say that and not have the work ethic to back it up, not have the skill to back it up. If I said that and I was anything less than what I am right now, you guys would be like, this is ridiculous. Don't even ever say that again. You know what I'm saying? No one just gets to come out and say that. The reason why that I set my thing like that, I desire that high, is because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I will never be afraid. I won't be afraid to get on a call or look stupid in front of 100 people or try a business and fail. It doesn't matter. It's my life is this long span of time. And throughout that time, I will keep gunning for that dream because to me, that's the biggest thing to me, right? So what's the biggest thing to you? What is the thing that makes you want to work like crazy no matter what, right? What is the thing that drives you and ignites you and makes you on fire? You'll know it when you find it. You'll know it when you find it. When you set a goal that's like right in that sweet spot, you are going to grind. It won't even be a question. It won't be hard. People won't have to ask you, hey, people come to me like, how do you get this motivation? How do you get this desire? And I'm like, I'm doing what my life purpose is. I'm fitting the piece of the puzzle of the world that I'm supposed to fit in. That's just it. That's just it, plain and simple. And here's the deal. I would literally, and I want you to excuse my language for this one a little bit, but I would eat dog crap, okay? Dog crap for 3 years straight if you told me that's what I have to do to be president of the United States. So listen, if reading a couple books and listening to a couple audios and making a couple phone calls is the only thing that's in between me and my dream, come on. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'll never complain. Why would I ever complain? I've got the best deal in the world. That the fact is that all I have to do is give out my energy and eventually I'll get the dream life that I've been wanting to get my entire life. It just doesn't make sense. It's like people come up to me like, there's complaints. There's complaints like, dude, it's just so hard. Yeah. How good is the dream? How good is the dream? Okay. And can't you imagine that everything has an equal and opposite reaction? So obviously it's going to be as hard as the dream is. So whatever your dream is, I bet you this. How about this? I make a bet. The bigger your dream is, the more struggles you've had so far. You see what I'm saying? I bet you the bigger your dream is, it matches in the struggle you're facing right now. And what you've got to understand is that your life is those two pieces. It's the dream's true, and it's the struggle till the dream's true. That's it. And I just got to understand that every time I took a fail, every time I took an L out in the marketplace, I was like, I just got to understand that right now the dream hasn't come true yet. And I'm just putting my money I'm putting my energy on this investment of the dream coming true eventually. And let me tell you from a person who has crossed that threshold already, minorly, but already, it is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it to read late night. It is worth it to listen to the extra audio. Why? Why is it worth it to listen to the audio? You might not even have learned anything in the 15 minutes you spent listening to the audio. Honestly, you might not have learned of anything. What I'm telling you is that when that defining moment comes into play, when you may quit on your dream, when you're looking at it and the numbers just don't seem to add up and you're kind of beat down and you've heard a good amount of no's and you're just not feeling the same way that you should about it, that's when those audios count. That is when those audios count. When that moment takes place where it's like, I might quit here, and I listened to audios for 40 hours prior to that, and now I have the positive mental attitude that I'm not going to. I'm just not going to quit now because I heard someone do it. I heard a success story on a Friday night call that some people aren't attending. And guess what? When they don't attend, what happens is in their business, and this is crazy, okay? So when I used to run my info sessions, basically what I would do is like, just for like network marketing, just like this, I would invite like 80 to 100 people. I had 80 guests at one event, okay? And I signed up 67 of them, okay? That was my first event in one of my network marketing companies. 67. I was the speaker. This is the first event. Okay, there was no meeting like this where someone comes on and does an opportunity call like the leaders of this thing do, right? I was just, Mike, go rent a room, get a bunch of people in the room, and show them how to do this. Do you see what I'm saying? That's it. And I had 80-something people in the room. We got 67 people signed up, okay? And now I want to talk to you about why that is, all right? What happens is on these opportunity calls, their belief in themselves, in business, in life goes up. Bing, right? Goes up. On the opportunity call, your leaders are killing these. I know your leaders. They're my friends, okay? I know they're going up, okay? Goes up. What the problem is that over a 48-hour period, 72-hour period, over a week period, before you talk to that person again and keep their belief up, that belief starts to go down. Then they associate business with a negative thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Because why are they feeling negative, right? Because they were just feeling so positive and they're not used to it. Right? Does that make sense? If you make someone feel so positive and then they're going back to their regular life and it starts to feel negative again, they're going to associate you with what made them feel negative. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they're like, I was feeling average, right? I was feeling average. Then I felt good. Now I'm feeling bad. You see what I'm saying? Right? But really, they're only at average again. They just now hate average because you show them how good is. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So business really is this game of ping pong because it's like, okay, I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Put the ping pong ball up here. I bounce it up. Boom. And it's coming back down. It's coming back down naturally. My job is that as the hand is to knock it back up again. I make sure that through my business, I keep their belief high over and over again. And guess what that means of me? That means that I have to have my belief high. That means that I have to already be mastered of my positive mental attitude, control over myself, committed to my dream, my dream. You don't need your leader to get on here and to tell you how great it's going to be and how awesome it's going to be. There's a reason why you think it's going to be awesome. There's the reason why you're on here because you think it's going to be awesome because of something you've seen or experienced in your life. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because if not, then someone else put that in your head and that's not the right thing to do with your life. And I mean, it doesn't even matter to me whether or not like you're on a Friday night focus call or not. I want you to do the right thing with your life. And if you feel like this is the right thing with your life, you got to run at it endlessly. Okay. So now we've got this speed thing. Okay. So I'm just dropping nuggets left and right. That little ping pong thing, that was like the first thing I used to sign up 67 people one night. And I told them that I was never going to let that ping pong fall. You see what I'm saying? I was like, whoever commits with me, by the way, watch this. Whoever commits with me and stays on this thing, I'm bashing the wall, by the way. I'm doing this. Whoever commits with me, they're getting hyped, dude. 80 people. First time they've ever seen this business. They don't even know what the compensation plan is. I didn't even know what the compensation plan was. See what I'm saying? And I'm like, whoever commits with me will hit their goal guaranteed. Dude. We did over $150,000 in commission payouts in 5 months in my team. Boom. How about that? Set a record for the entire company. Then I was like, I'm not about that. I'm in Watabu. You see what I'm saying? Put that into your head. Where am I at? I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to make at least 3 people on this become major leaders. See what I'm saying? Leaders not only in just Watabu, the industry. Because the industry needs leaders. Not just that, in the generation. The millennial generation is screaming for leaders. You guys understand that it's not about the skill MD has or the way that I hold myself. It's just the fact that the millennial generation doesn't have anyone stepping up. That's it. Everyone's so afraid. They're out there holding peanut butter up for 30 seconds. They don't know what to do. You see what I'm saying? And you got to learn. And the cool thing is you're in a vehicle to do that. Cool. So we're moving towards success. Sorry about me getting so excited, but geez, I mean, this is common sense to me, dude. And the thing is, it's not just common sense. It's the stuff no one talks about. It's the stuff no one teaches you. It's like, I didn't know this. Imagine, I'm 265 pounds. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. I've got a terrible northern accent. I'm failing all my classes. I'm homeless, broke, and kind of crazy, okay? You could tell, right? You could tell. It's like, this guy is kind of wacky, right? You got to be odd to be number one. Let me tell you that. That was like one of my favorite things I ever heard. Just letting you know. So, I'm that guy. And then I heard all of this stuff. What I'm telling you right now, I heard it. And I was like, huh, is that real? And they were like, yeah, no, that's real. If you read books, you'll get way better at doing stuff that makes money. Because guess what? People pay the most in this marketplace to deal with people. Why? Because people are the hardest to deal with. You've chosen the hardest job with the highest payout. That's it. If you're dealing with people, that's going to be it. It's going to be hard. They are sporadic. People are crazy. All of them are different. It's hard to put them into a little system, right? Okay? But you're going to become a master of people. And here's the coolest thing, guys. Here's the coolest thing. You're a person. You automatically get that. You already are with one of those that you're trying to master. You're with one all the time, 24/7. Probably you're with more than one. Probably you're with a bunch. Some of them probably like you. Right? You see what I'm saying? They like you. They're around you. Ask some questions. Figure it out, dude. Because here's the deal. You're dealing with people in your business. Couple things. Number one, your people in your business, they got to believe in you. They got to believe in you. You will not grow past a certain point until they believe in you. I'm sorry. You can get them into the best system in the world. Luke Hessler, Jukes, and Cheerio could craft the best system that just gets people amped. They can brand this thing like left and right. They can set up every call correctly, and it will not work until they teach people how to do what they are doing. You see what I'm saying? It's about building other leaders within the infrastructure that creates more leaders. Leadership overflows. All it is a cup, and it's full of leadership liquid. That's it. Now watch me. I'm going to take a drink as it's happening because my throat's really dry. All right. So it's a cup full of leadership, and it overflows. And when you fill it up enough, it goes into other cups. The more leadership you have, the more leadership cups you can fill. And the more cups you fill, the more lives you impact, the more money you make, the more value you bring to the marketplace. So what do? You got to fill your leadership cups. That makes sense? How do you do that? Right? That's the next question. I mean, this is the same stuff. It's no different. And people are like blown away every time. For me, I think, honestly, that I just had such a low IQ that it just made sense to me right away. Like, I didn't overcomplicate it. I was just like, okay, so I got to read as many books as I can. Is that right? My mentor was like, yeah, as many as you can. I was like, okay, hold on. What's next? What else do I do? He's like, go to a lot of seminars. I was like, all right, seminars, right? You're going to tell me when those are? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, done. I got to sit there and listen at these seminars. No problem. I was like, all right, what's the next thing? He was like, all right, how about some audios? I was like, what's an audio? He was like, basically, it's somebody who has done exactly what you're trying to do, teach you how to do it over and over and over again. And you just listen to the same one until it gets ingrained in your head, okay? And I was like, isn't that brainwashing? That's brainwashing. He was like, dude, your brain is so dirty. Imagine how dirty your brain is. Like, wash the crap out of it. You got to be scrubbing that thing clean. You want it to be sparkling. Because what was your brain producing before? He asked me that, and I'm like, I mean, nothing. Nothing. My brain was producing nothing. I had no money, no job, no car, no house, no nothing. I had no friends. I had no waistline, honestly. I mean, the waistline was ridiculously large. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like these success concepts are universal. They go into every industry. They don't just stop here on this Zoom. They transcend into your life. They transcend into your mind, into your health, into your heart, into your soul, into your impact, everything. I could keep going because the characteristics that make a good person make a good business, right? It's just that makes sense. So it's like, how do I be a good person then? That's all I had to get. It's not complicated. Don't overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? Pack your head with as much info as you possibly can. Okay? Why? Because that's going to increase your speed towards your goal. Game over, end of story. Okay? If you're one of those people now, and see, here's the deal. I'm in the marketplace where I have to battle content like Gary Vee, where he's coming out and saying, dude, it's all about the hustle. And I'm like, listen, man, I understand what you're saying, okay? I get it. There's a lot of hustle involved, but at the same time, if you don't know where you're hustling to, okay, you don't know how to hustle properly, all right, then you're going to be hustling for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? The executives, the CEOs, Elon Musk didn't work any harder than someone who's pushing a trash can at McDonald's every single day. Her job sucks. You see what I'm saying? She's got liquid on her hands, unknown liquid, okay? She's grinding. She's grinding. Elon Musk just worked hard in the right way, in the right lane. He figured out how to work hard, how to smart work. You see what I'm saying? And that's what made him win. It's the hard work is great. It's good. It's a part of the equation, but it's not the whole thing, okay? The smart work is really good, but it's not the whole thing. It's the mix of the two. You've got to increase your capacity to achieve and then increase your ratio of work. How much are you working and how quality are those exposures? You see what I'm saying? How quality are your current exposure rates? Like, are you closing everyone you talk to? When you talk to people, are they thinking you're a leader? If not, how? Okay, well, there's books on leadership. There's mentors that you can get with. There's momentum within this industry that you can latch onto, within this company that you can get onto, that you can start to learn from, that you could role play until you get it right. So while you're doing that, you increase your action percentages, right? And you make sure that you stay habitual. It's all about the slight edge. It's not about calling 10 people today or tomorrow. It's about doing 5 a day, 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 every day. And then eventually it becomes consistent and you no longer have to make yourself do it because it's just, I've now invested so much into it that why would I do anything else? You see what I'm saying? I've given it so much to success. There's no way I would turn around and go back, right? Because I've dug into this mine so far. I'm just digging every day. I wake up, I grab my shovel and I dig. Once I got into my head the belief system that the fact is that eventually if I keep digging, I'll hit exactly what I want, it was game over. So, to conclude the first section of this, we're going to bring on one of my favorite people, okay? Now, let me tell you why. She's one of my favorite people, okay? She doesn't even know this. She doesn't even know she's one of my favorite absolute people. It's because one of my best friends, and I know the male mind, okay? I know the male mind pretty well, and I know this male's mind in particular, okay? And it's rabid, dude. It's a lot of stuff going on in there, okay? And to hold that down is unnatural, not to mention, not just do that, but build the business to the level that she has to adapt in the industry and allow the industry to just fall on her. I saw this happen. When we were down in Mexico, I was watching this girl take in information like I've never seen anybody else do it in my life, okay? Seriously, that's the type of person that she is. And personally, I'm like girl power like guy. Like, I'm all about it, dude. I've seen girls like destroy dudes in business. Seriously. And I'm sorry, guys. Like, I want to give it to us, but I just can't. They get ferocious. You know what I'm saying? So, Brittney, Robb, are we on? Gotta unmute Brittney, Robb. Can't hear you.
She's unmuted.
I mean, you're too good for the mic right now. I can't hear you. The mic won't accept the gold that you're about to spit right now. I think that's what it is, honestly. What's up?
Take your headphones out. You should be good.
Call it on your phone. All right. We're good. All right, we'll keep rolling. All right, so we're about to do an interview, and this is what happens, by the way. Let me tell you this, like a little tidbit here while this is going on. Just let you know, whenever you're trying to do like a really good thing and something's really good is about to happen, a lot of problems come into your life, dude. I'm telling you, every time I start to really rock, my Wi-Fi cuts out. I'm like, what the heck? Why is it doing that? I'm live. I'm live. And I don't know if you know what it's like to go live, like how I go live, which is like a 45-minute session every week about new content. I am not talking to anyone in the room. Keep that in mind, okay? I'm looking at a camera. It's not easy. I don't feel my audience. I don't even know what the comments are. I'm just rolling. That's it. They say start and I roll. That's it. I'm going to get the message across, you know? And then they're like, oh, it cut off. I'm like, all right, reboot it. Let's do this again. And I got to grab attention again, dude. I'm telling you, here's the thing, real quick, and then we'll pull Brittney back on. When we're Michigan Regional, anybody doing that? Is anybody doing that? Okay, awesome. Here's the cool thing. You may have seen me speak on these lives and like over the computer and like a camera. I'm telling you that these Wi-Fi radiations, these waves that are going from like me to you, okay, is nowhere near the capacity in which you will see in person. I'm telling you. Look, I'm not trying to just say that. I'm just letting you know that's what it's going to be. I'm going to get on stage. We're going to throw down some fire, and you're going to be walking out dazed and confused. Your eyes are going to be filled with gold. Like, I'm talking gold is pouring out of these things. Seriously. It's going to be crazy / disgusting because some of you, I've seen your eyes. I'm not feeling it. Brittney, Robb, are we back on?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
All right. Yes, I can hear you. Like a Verizon commercial. Good. All right. So, Brittney, how are you?
I'm absolutely incredible. Excited to be on here finally. So.
Cool. So, do you know why you're on here? That's the first question.
I hit a certain rank and I finally became the leader I was and kind of overcame the obstacles that I had before. So.
Fantastic. Overcoming obstacles is one of my favorite things, as you know. It's like one of the best things in the whole entire world. So I think what we're dying to hear, okay, including myself, I am amped to listen to this, okay? What obstacles did you overcome recently? Let's start with that. What obstacles did you overcome recently?
Yeah, I think it was really just I felt the need of, I wasn't good enough before, and I'd always compare myself to other people. I mean, dating Christian Dukes and being around Luke Kessler and Jamie Terrio and yourself, and it's law of association, I think I was more down on myself, thinking that I wasn't good enough, and losing friends in the business just from the invite and presentation and, believing that these things work, but I would always think, they wouldn't work if I wasn't making money. So I had to really leave the past and define my goals.
Cool. Okay. So what I heard was that was jam-packed with content right there. I was like, that was some high level, seriously, that's some high level stuff. All right. So we got the law of association, right? We talked about how that changes you, just being around those people. Can you explain that experience? Like, from what I'm hearing, you had, like, getting into the business, a lower self-confidence than you should have had, basically. And that happens to a lot of us. But being around those guys, okay, as much as you all, you know what I mean? What has that done to you?
Yeah, I think just seeing them do calls 24/7 and, being in the room of Christian Dukes and all them, just seeing their schedule packed, it was like, okay, so what am I doing? And it was kind of one of the things that you said at our mastermind in Mexico. You said, how are you spending your heartbeats? And there's one thing that engraved into my mind is, okay, well, they're all making calls and they're all running and doing their stuff. They're planning their day for the next 3, 4, 5 days. What am I doing? And so every single day, the night before, I'd pack out a schedule to run with Christian, to run with Jamie, or to run with Luke. And it was just planning ahead instead of getting to that day and being like, so I have nothing on my schedule.
Cool. So I think, like, and this is crazy, like, high level entrepreneurs, okay, like big guys that I know, I've talked to, and a lot of the times what stops them even to getting to the next level, let's say they've made a crazy residual income, right? To get to the next level, they have like this self-confidence breakage. You know what I mean? It's just like eventually they don't feel good about themselves enough to get to that level. And I think that's a lot of us are dealing with that. It's like, even for me, honestly, it's like, I've got to make sure that my belief is good enough to take Michael Valor to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. What was it for you that made it really truthfully click, that took your self-confidence, because that's what it was, is like, took your self-confidence, see these guys do it, to I can't do it, they can, to I can too?
Yeah, it was really just staying plugged in, to be honest. I think in the industry, I've been in it for 3 years, not making $1, and it was staying plugged in, always on the calls, no matter if I didn't enroll someone or I did enroll someone, and constantly looking at my graph. I think a graph is a huge thing because you see how consistent you really are, and having a strong why was the biggest thing. Finding that why that makes you cry, and I thought it was totally like, a why that makes you cry, but it's true. The moment you find a strong why, you have a breakthrough.
100%. 100%. I love the graph thing. I love that. Keeping your goals in front of you is a really, really big deal. And I ask people, they're like, because I have whiteboards all over my house. It's disgusting. I mean, seriously, like, my house is full of whiteboards. That's it. So they ask me, like, why do you have that, right? And my thing is, it's like, would you drive a car with no, like, gas indicator? You just don't know how much is in it. Would you ever do that? No. Why would you run your business without knowing what the stats are? You know what I'm saying? You need to know the stats in order to run it properly. If there never was a check engine light, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be screwed later, you know? So that's really cool. I love that. That was one of the biggest things for me too, was keeping my stats and seeing what my stats were on the business. Cool. So from you, one of the things I've heard a lot you talk about is like the heartbeat thing got you. The heartbeat thing got you. And I think that ties into finding that big why that you have. Okay. So what you're saying to me so far is big why attached to the fact that you only have a certain amount of time to complete it. Okay. And then putting the goals right in front of you were the main things that you got to like take you to that next level of self-confidence. What did it feel like? What did it feel like? Because I think that's a big thing for people. It's like not just to see it or hear it, but to feel it. You know what I mean? So what did it feel like to break through to the next level?
To be honest, I cried. Like it's crazy because one night it was like I was just praying and then boom, it happened. I'd worked my butt off and I hadn't slept in days just trying to hit my goal. And it was like something just spoke to me, you know, you're going to hit that. And I had a breakthrough and I just cried. And it was a relief. Like I had my dad text me. He's like, I'm so proud of you. And just the amount of people that actually see where you went because you had such a defined goal to get there. So.
Cool. Nah, that's awesome. My mentor used to tell me all the time, and now it's like something that I say. It's like one day, one sentence will change your life. One day, one sentence will change your life. And it's like, you got to keep reading until you find that. You know what I mean? That one nugget that made you have that epiphany literally took you to that next belief level. For what it sounds like to me, okay, now I'm a fallible human being, so throw my hands up in the air here, okay? But what it sounds like to me is that you found a new belief in yourself by seeing other people do it, because all of this ties into one common denominator. You saw people do it. That was like a first belief level. Okay, people can do this. Not just that, but my boyfriend can do this. You know what I'm saying? And actually pretty well, like one of the best in the industry. You know what I'm saying? That's a belief builder because you get to see him like eating sandwiches and stuff. I've seen the guy eat, okay? So it's like, if he can eat like that and build business, you know what I mean? Like that's killer. So there's one. You saw people do it, okay? Right? Number two, you had that desire. You had that desire. The willpower came into it when you found out your why. So you saw people do it. You had the willpower. So that builds your belief again, okay? And then number three, it's like, I've only got a select amount of heartbeats. You know what I'm saying? So that belief, that self-confidence is what you would say took you from not producing for 3 years into a consistent producer and one of the top producers in the company right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else that you would like to drop on these guys that you think would be like, get serious with them? You know what I'm saying? Get serious with them. Say something that like would really hit these guys on like, because I think that's what it is. It's an emotional burst. Something has to be changed. You know what I mean? It can't just be the typical content. You know how many calls we get on? You know that better than anybody. You're on all of them. You know what I'm saying? You know how many calls we get on? You know how many audios we listen to? How many times we see a tip of the day? What is it that you would say that will shock these guys just a little bit? Something that opens your eyes to their next level of belief in themselves.
I think you just need to actually believe in the person you are and what you really want in life. You need to define like what you want and how you're going to get there and take baby steps. You can't just think about, okay, that's the next rank I'm going to get. You have to take baby steps in order to get there. It's the same as sports. You weren't going to hit a baseball right away, but you know, the ball kept sliding past you and one day you hit it. So you have to commit to being a team player. It's the exact same as a sport. If you like it enough, you'll be passionate enough to, you know, continue to do it.
Amazing. The law of eventual certainty in action. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittney, thank you for being on.
Appreciate it.
Seriously, you dropped some heavy stuff on us. I mean, a lot of terms that I know that you are like just so aware of. Like these simple terms to you are just so vast to some of the people out there. I mean, that lady picking up peanut butter did not know the law of association. You know what I'm saying? She was associating with Peter Pan and Jim. Okay? Like she was not really locked in. So we do appreciate you. Seriously, thank you for giving us time in Champions Corner.
Thank you.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Cool. All right. You hear that, guys? It's pretty crazy that like belief is really what it comes down to. It's belief. It's like you have to know that you are as limitless as your next dream. You know what I'm saying? Like you are. That whatever dream it is, you can reach that, no problem. Whatever dream that is after that, you can reach that, no problem. And I know that it's scary, and I know here's the guarantees. It's scary. That's guarantee number one. Here's the next guarantee. It's going to suck sometimes. It's not all going to be great. It's not going to be great the whole time. You see what I'm saying? It's going to suck sometimes. That's a guarantee. Here's number three. You may fail. You may fail. You may trip up along the way. You may do that. See what I'm saying? So if you take all those three into account, don't act surprised when it happens. When someone doesn't get on the call when you needed them to, and you're like, oh, I can't believe this. This is a hardship. Why would I face a hardship on the road to my dreams? You know what I'm saying? And people are like, I just can't handle these hardships. I'm like, what did you sign up for, dude? You signed up to make sure that you deal with hardships so that you can get stronger, because that's all they are. That's all they are. They're making stronger, okay? And then when you're stronger, then as soon as you cross that threshold of personal strength and personal power, the business builds itself. You'll start to do it automatically. But it's about going through enough, becoming enough, until when that happens, every time you do a talk, people get in the business. Every time you do a talk, someone makes a sale. You know what I'm saying? I don't walk out of anywhere without closing a deal. It just doesn't happen. It just literally doesn't happen. Okay? I talk to country leaders, and I'm ask Hess, okay? Ask Luke Hessler. I am on the phone with country leaders, and I'm trying to close a deal with, like, Sweden. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got to do this, Sweden, okay? It's not just have belief in yourself, dude. Just have some belief in yourself. That's the biggest thing that you could have taken from that, okay? So real quick, I'm going to recap on what I did in my live, and then we'll cut it. I don't want to keep you guys too late tonight, but I hope you know that these Friday nights, dude, they are fire. This is legit stuff, dude. Friday night is the gold night. If you don't know about gold, I mean, dude, you just gotta get together. You just gotta get together. I'm so serious. Dude, the best people are dropping gold in their status. That's it. Like, you're dropping gold. Like, we've got our own emoji for the feeling of winning. I mean, come on, dude. That's crazy. That doesn't happen to anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a gold movement right here. This is a bunch of millennials who are going out into the marketplace, winning massively, living fulfilled, being leaders, and not abiding by the old system, but creating a new system. That is amazing. It doesn't happen anywhere else. And let me tell you this, as we start to hit, and this is just in my own personal life, because this gold movement for me is my life. I wake up and I do this. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I've got to be as gold as I can, because everyone expects me to be the goldest guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, wow, I got to be the goldest guy, right? So in order to do that, I've got to breach human limitation. What does that mean? That means I got to beat every other human on the planet. How do you beat every other human on the planet? You have to use your 24 hours better. You see what I'm saying? I got to breathe fuller. I got to think clearer. You see what I'm saying? I got to move faster all the time, right? And I take that sacrifice for my team, and my team is this empire. Anyone who throws up a gold symbol on my squad. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's it. These are my golden soldiers, dude. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to make sure that each and every one of them, by the way, dude, if you're throwing up the gold on a consistent basis and you're struggling in your life, please hit me up. Now, look, I do get this. I get 70 to 100 messages a day. It's disgusting how many it is. I'm serious. But great, but crazy, okay? Just crazy. Imagine if I go to the bathroom, okay? I'm just gonna come clean on this. I go to the bathroom sometimes, all right? I know, it's crazy, right? But the thing goes like that. My phone is nonstop, dude. I literally have to turn on Do Not Disturb, and it surpasses that. Like, some people, like Christian Duke's message comes through even when it says Do Not Disturb. I'm like, how does this happen? The guy's persistent. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just having fun. Anyway, if you are having a problem and you are in the gold movement and you throw up the gold symbol and you're coming on these Friday nights, please hit me up, dude. Please hit me up. I'm telling you, I can only leave a 58-second voice message on Facebook, dude. I can only do that. They will only allow me to do that. But 58 seconds of the right exact knowledge for you might help you out. And my job is just to provide value for the marketplace. And I've dealt with, guaranteed, all the problems that you've dealt with before. Whether it be no one showing up, whether it be not enough enthusiasm, whether it be what should I read, whatever it may be. See what I'm saying? So please hit me up and take advantage of it right now, because what's going to happen is we've got advertisements that are going out for Michael Valor in the next 3 to 4 days, and they're projecting about 50,000 to 100,000 people seeing my content, and in like a week's span, it's going to be harder to reach me than it is right now. You see what I'm saying? Okay? It's only going to get worse. The reason why is because the way we think, the golden way of thinking, it just spreads. It's guaranteed to spread. The thing is, it's the right way of thinking. It's just the right way. And the thing is, it's no one way. It's everyone's way at its max. So that's why it's the right way. See what I'm saying? It's no one way of thinking. It's not just Michael Valor's way of thinking. It's everybody's way of thinking their best. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like, no puzzle, even in this company, no puzzle can be made up of one piece. It just can't. It just can't. You see what I'm saying? It's not a puzzle then, right? It's all the pieces coming together. It's all the pieces coming together. And as long as I can show you what puzzle piece it is that you specifically are amazing at making and putting in its place, then I've done my job. See what I'm saying? So that's why you're going to see a bunch of people throwing the gold emoji everywhere, is because guess what? Their lives have changed. They're a little bit more energetic. They're a little bit more on top of it, okay? It's called above thinking. That's all it is. It's where you take yourself out of the situation and you look at what's going on around you. See what I'm saying? And you look at it rationally instead of from an emotional perspective. And that's when you win a lot of conversations. By the way, very hidden nugget right there. Probably shouldn't have dropped that for level 1 content, but you know what? The mouth goes where the mouth goes. So that's where I'm at. All right, guys. Last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to run through this really quick. This is like the speeds of success. It's from my live. If you listen to my live, I do apologize that you're hearing this again, but repetition, mother of knowledge. I'll say it a bunch of times because it's repetition, mother of knowledge. Why would I say it repetitiously? So last thing, here we go. Losers. All right. Losers is the first bottom, terrible, ill level of life. Losers are the ones who comment on other people's videos, negative things for no reason. They just like trolling other people. You know losers. Losers are when you're trying to click on the coolest video on YouTube and you get rickrolled. Like, that's a loser. Why do you do that? You know what I'm saying? It's that type of person, okay? Losers. They want others to lose. They want others to lose. You know why? Because they let fear overcome their life. And I'm going to get serious for a second. They let fear overcome their life so that they're so scared to step out of their shell that they resent anyone who has. They just don't like other people fulfilling their purpose and living fully, okay? And this is the bottom of the barrel. In order to get from loser to the next level, it's loving life and loving people. Love life, love people. The thing is, it's like people just don't love life the right way, dude. And just like, what do you expect out of it? Here's the thing. There's pink birds that stand on one leg on this planet. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? That's crazy. If I just told you that, you'd be like, dude, I'm down to go there. But you're living on Earth right now complaining because all you're seeing are like Citgos and Shell gas stations, you know what I'm saying, Walmarts, and you're like, this place sucks. But really, there's actually cool stuff out there. The whole purpose of this is that we get to go travel there. We get to go to those places. We don't get stuck in the same exact shopping complexes that I know wherever you're calling in from, you're seeing the same ones I am, right? Okay, cool. Next. Stagnation. Now, there's a lot of people. That was the lady who was looking at the Jif peanut butter for 30 seconds. She was stagnant. She didn't know what was going on. She's looking around and she thinks growth is impossible. That's what she thinks. She thinks that the life that was handed to her is the life that she is just going to have to deal with. That's it. And if you think like that, I am so sorry for you. First of all, you're not on this call guaranteed, so you don't think like that, because you already don't think like that now if you did get on this call thinking like that. Okay, so let's go back to it. Stagnation, dude. Stagnation kills. Literally. Imagine a plant that goes stagnant. If it doesn't do anything, nothing happens to it, guess what? It dies. It's the same thing with a person. Growth is possible. Change is possible. You are not just where you're at, and that's the limitation. You will always change and grow. You get to decide where that goes. So that is, once change is possible, gets into your mind, you turn into a grower. What a grower is, it's mild progress, mild achievement. Mild progress, mild achievement. Sometimes you read books. Sometimes you listen to audios. Sometimes you hop on one of these calls. Sometimes you call a prospect. You see what I'm saying? You've got a good amount of desire. You definitely think that you can grow, right? You don't think you're the best, nor do you want to be the best. You're just like, I can grow. And that's good. Some people are just growers for the rest of their lives. And the cool thing about growers is when they're growing and you're just growing, you're always going to be surprised. You're always going to be like, oh my God, like all the time, because you're seeing new stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's a cool life. Sit and enjoy the ride and just constantly grow. And to be a winner, the next thing is more desire, more belief, more focus. To be a winner, okay? What winners do is they want to win. They want to win, and they can reach goals. Winners want to win, and they can reach goals, okay? Now, winners still do not sacrifice a lot of their personal life for success. They don't. They sacrifice a decent amount. You would say maybe they sacrifice a lot. But for me, looking down, I'm like, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of stuff. You see what I'm saying? You're still going out on the weekends. You're still hanging out. Sometimes you don't feel like picking up a book, you know what I mean? But you're reading pretty much, you know, you're rocking it. Winners can win. Winners can win. You set goals, you stay consistent, you're a winner. Cool. Done deal. Now, to be a winner, from a winner to success, that's where you get on this call and you get to speak. You see what I'm saying? That's when you get to go to the Michigan Regional and start speaking when you become a success. What a success is, the only difference between a winner and success is commitment and consistency. Commitment and consistency. That's it. Commitment and consistency. If a winner has that mentality, they already have the mentality of winning. If they just stay committed to their goal and they stay consistent on it, they're going to be a success. You're going to sacrifice a portion of your life to be a part of your industry. That industry is going to become a part of your life, which is a good thing because that's why you got in the industry to begin with. You see what I'm saying? That's how success thinks. Success thinks, why would I want the old part? Because the new part is what I've been gunning after so far. See what I'm saying? So I shed the old and I become the new, and I'm much happier this way. Okay? Successful people live in their industry, dude. They live in it. The house of their industry, they live in it. And those are the people you get on stage, you see them, you're like, oh my God, wow, this guy can do something. You know what I'm saying? And then beyond that, the last thing, and this is only reached by a select few people, literally the legends of the past. Like I'm talking Martin Luther King Jr., JFK, you know what I'm saying? These guys they're legends, right? And I call them heroes. And I research heroes, dude. I research heroes. Why are they heroes? Why did people think they were heroes? What do they do for heroes? Then I take down their stats and I try to beat their stats. By the way, here's a little goal of mine, just to let you know. I'm trying to beat every single hero of the past stats all at once. How about that? In one lifetime. How about that? Pretty crazy, right? Okay? And I'm not saying like, how about that, like that girl from Dr. Phil. I'm saying it in a totally different fashion. But all right. So basically what a hero is, it's a creator of outcomes. It's a creator of outcomes. What Martin Luther King Jr. did, he created a new outcome. You see what I'm saying? That was not going to be the outcome. He went out and created that outcome. JFK created new outcomes. George Washington created a new outcome. What about that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like he created a brand new outcome. That's a hero. Heroes are very hard to be, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you from personal experience of me trying to be one so hard for the rest of my life. I'm ridiculously trying. Like I get off this call and I'm trying. I wake up tomorrow and I'm trying. I go tomorrow the next day and I'm trying. I want to be a hero. Why? Because a hero, for me, it was like, I guess I got to a point, and I'm just going to get like really super personal and real with you guys for a second. For me, it was like I just did not like my life so much, dude. When I first started success, I hated my life. I was like, this sucks. Like, my life sucks. My parents suck. My money sucks. My weight sucks. Everything sucks. Screw this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice my life, become as good as I possibly can, and do it for the people. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And it's a very unique mentality. It's not something that happens on a day-to-day basis. But I was just like, I just hated my life so much. And it's like, a lot of people get to that point in the United States. They get to that point where it's like, I hate my life so much, I'm going to take my life. I've seen and stopped hundreds of people from doing it. You see what I'm saying? And my thing was, instead of taking my life at that point in time when I was 16 years old, I decided, hey, why don't I give my life to the people? You know what I'm saying? If I'm not going to use it, why don't I give it to the people? And that's when I shed my entire skin of who I was. And I became this new individual that was devoted distinctly to becoming a hero. And making sure that I mastered every single industry, that I mastered business, economics, I mastered policy, I mastered relationships, I mastered my mind, I mastered everything, okay? I can just write it down, I can master everything. And that's my mentality. And not everybody's gonna be a hero, but when you find a hero, dude, latch onto it. I'm telling you, I'm looking for one right now in the world. Seriously, I'm looking for one. Because the world doesn't have one right now. Literally, it actually doesn't. And I understand that I'm 21 years old and it's crazy for me to be saying any of these things, but here's the deal. I am 21 years old and it is crazy for me to be saying these things, and those things are all going to happen. Because here's the deal. The world's at a very big turmoil point right now. And at this point, it would probably take about 20 years for the whole world to go into a really bad space. And guess what? In 20 years, I'm only 41. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So how about that? So that's a hero. That's a hero. All right. Now, I had fun this week, guys. I had fun this week. I really, really did. Basically, what the takeaways are is keep growing your belief, okay? Know that there's levels to success and speed, but eventual certainty is going to guarantee you success no matter what, okay? Stick some energy in your life, dude. Pick something that actually makes sense. Analyze your real desire and gun for that thing, and do not go with Jif in the supermarket. That's it. All right, guys. I will see you next Friday. I love you all. Valor out.